Hey foodies, today on Cooking with Kiana, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this delicious Cajun style one pan shrimp and sausage rice skillet. This meal is quick and easy and packed with tons of flavor. I know you guys will definitely enjoy this meal. But before I begin, make sure you guys leave a like if you enjoyed the recipe. Make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss weekly recipes, and let's get started. So for this recipe, you are going to need 1 pound of shrimp, and of course you want to make sure you wash, peel, and devein those first. A teaspoon of Creole seasoning or Cajun seasoning, and 1 teaspoon of onion powder to season up that shrimp. 1 pound of smoked andouille sausage, and of course you want to go ahead and slice those up beforehand. 2 cups of long grain white rice, and make sure you guys wash off your rice beforehand, all right? You're going to also need 1 bell pepper that you're going to go ahead and dice up finely, as well as 1 small onion, and you're going to go ahead and do the same thing to that as well. You're also going to need 3 cloves of garlic, and you're going to go ahead and mince that up. Do not use the jar of minced garlic. 4 cups of chicken broth, and of course you can't forget all the seasonings and spices. That's going to give it that Cajun flavor. So I'm going to be using 2 teaspoons of adobo, or you could substitute this for some Lawrys seasoning, a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. So first things first, we're going to start off by seasoning up our shrimp. You're going to go ahead and season that up with some Creole seasoning and a little bit of garlic powder. Go ahead and season this to taste. However, if you want measurements, check the description box below. It will always be listed there. We're going to go ahead and massage that in and then set that aside. You're going to go ahead and get your skillet nice and hot. So make sure you cook this on medium heat, and then you're going to add in your sausages, making sure you spread them out so they can cook evenly and get nice and browned. Once they're nice and browned in and caramelized on one side, you're going to go ahead and flip that over so you can get the other side. And y'all, this is going to add so much flavor to your rice, so do not skip this step. Once they're nice and brown on both sides, you're going to go ahead and remove the sausages. If you notice, it's going to render off a lot of fat. Do not get rid of this, okay? We're going to use this for the base to add in everything else. Now, once you're done browning those sausages, you're going to go ahead and set those aside in a bowl because we are going to be using those later. Now it's time to add in the shrimps that we just seasoned up. So you're going to go ahead and add these in. Make sure you spread them out so they can cook evenly. And then after about 2 to 3 minutes, depending on the size of your shrimps, you're going to go ahead and flip them over. Once that shrimp is no longer translucent and it's nice and pink and opaque, that is how you know it is done, guys. Make sure you don't overcook your shrimp. Definitely don't want no rubbery tough shrimp. So once your shrimp is all done, you're going to go ahead and remove that from the pan, and you're going to set that aside in a bowl as well. And if you notice, in between each time I sear something, I'm not cleaning the pan in between, okay? You want to build up all these flavors for the rice. So now that we got the shrimp removed, you're going to go ahead and add in about 2 tablespoons of butter. Once that butter melts, you're going to add in your diced onions. You're going to go ahead and cook those up until those are nice and soft and translucent, and they're nice and brown like you see right here. Then you're going to add in a sprig of fresh thyme, and then follow that up by adding in your bell peppers and your fresh garlic. You're going to stir that all together for about 2 minutes so everything is well combined and all those flavors are incorporated with each other. Plus, you want that bell pepper to be nice and soft, and you want that garlic to be cooked as well. So make sure you add the garlic in last so it does not burn. So now that we got our veggies all sauteed, it is time to add in the rice. You're going to go ahead and give that a good stir so everything could become well incorporated and all those flavors can marry into each other. So once everything is well combined and all incorporated, we're going to go ahead and add in our spices. And I told y'all, this is going to take this rice to the next level. So go ahead and add these in. We're going to stir this all together so we can get that rice and those seasonings nice and toasted. This is going to take you about a total of 5 to 7 minutes. You want the rice to be nice and golden and full of color. The more color, the more flavor, especially because we're toasting that rice. Not only is this going to help add some more depth, richness, and flavor to your rice, it's also going to help your rice cook evenly, and it's also going to help you separate those grains so your rice is not super sticky. So y'all, please don't skip this step. Once your rice is nice and golden brown, like you see right here, and it is this consistency, this is perfect, and it is time for you to add in your liquid. You're going to add in 4 cups of chicken broth. Now, if you don't have no chicken broth, you can always substitute this for some bouillon cubes, mix this in with some water, or you can use better than bouillon. Once you're done adding in your chicken broth, you're gonna go ahead and add back in those sausages. Then you're gonna go ahead and give everything a good stir one more time, and you're going to let that come up to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, you're gonna go ahead and pop a lid on. If you need to add some foil underneath to make sure it is completely closed, go ahead and do so. And you're gonna let this simmer for about 40 minutes. Once you close that up, do not touch it until it's done. Once it's all done, you're gonna go ahead and fluff that rice. And man, it's already starting to look delicious, and I didn't even add the shrimp in yet. So you guys know where I'm going with this. The next step, you're just gonna go ahead and add in those shrimps. For presentation purposes, I'm gonna be spreading mine on top. If you wanna mix yours in, you can. The only thing I would suggest is letting that rice set for about 10 to 15 minutes first before you mix that shrimp in. That way you don't have to worry about that rice becoming mushy, but to be honest, I like it just like this with the shrimps on top. And lastly, I'm just gonna go ahead and add some green onions on top. Not only is this gonna act as a garnish, it's gonna add a pop of flavor. And when you're all done, you're gonna have this delicious one pan rice and shrimp skillet. And when I tell you this was quick and easy, so easy. A meal like this will take you under 30 minutes to put together. You can eat this like this, or you can serve this as a side dish. Either way, I know you and your family will definitely enjoy this dish. I hope you guys all enjoyed this recipe. If you did, you can find the full recipe in the description box below so you guys can make this at home. When you guys do make this, make sure you guys leave a comment below. Let me know how it turned out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.